Hello everyone, my name is Karan Tongay. Today I am going to guide you on how to perform test automation using Selenium IDE on any web application. So let's begin with the tutorial. First of all, make sure you have the following essential tools installed on your system. Number 1, Eclipse IDE. Number 2, Google Cloud Platform plugin for Eclipse. Number 3, Mozilla Firefox browser. Number 4, Selenium IDE on Mozilla Firefox. In the next slide, we will go through a quick overview of how to install some of these essential tools on your system. Assuming that you have Eclipse IDE and Mozilla Firefox browser installed, please install these two additional essential tools by following the installation steps on this slide. To perform test automation, let's start by creating a web application to demonstrate a Booth's multiplier algorithm. Let's quickly create a web application. Follow the following steps. Open Eclipse IDE. Start a new Google App Engine project by clicking on the Google icon. Then click on Start a new web application project. A new window opens asking you to enter a project name. Give the project a name. The name can be as per your choice. But for this tutorial, I would suggest you to keep the project name as Boots algorithm and package name as com.example.boots. This would be helpful for the further references in the tutorial. Now the project is successfully created. You can see the Boots algorithm project under the Project Explorer window, which is generally in the left in most of the Eclipse IDEs. Now expand the Boots algorithm project and then again expand the src folder inside the project. You will find many packages, but right click on the first one which we have created, that is com.example.boots. When you right click on new, then click on class. A new window appears that asks to give a class name. Enter the class name as multiplier. After that, a code editor window opens. In the code editor, write the code for the Boots multiplier algorithm or copy and paste the code from the attached file. This code will act as a controller or servlet for the application. Great! Now our controller is ready. Again, look towards the left under the Project Explorer window and find the war folder under Boots algorithm project. Expand that war folder. Now, right click on war folder, click on new, click on file and enter a new file name as bootshome.html. Now, the bootshome.html file gets created. Double click on that file to open the code editor window in the Eclipse IDE and paste the HTML code from the attached file. This file acts as a front end that allows users to input the values. Inside the war folder, you will see another folder named webinf. Expand the webinf folder and you will see another file called web.xml. Double click on web.xml to open that file in the code editor. You will find that the web.xml file already contains some of the markup code. You have to make sure that the existing markup code is updated with the markup code that is given on this slide. Just copy and replace the existing code into the web.xml file and leave the rest code as it is. Great! Now our web application is completely ready to serve. Now let's run this application. In order to run this application, just right click on the Boots algorithm project under the Projects Explorer window in the Eclipse IDE. Click on Run As and then select Web Application. Observe the console window of the Eclipse IDE and you will be notified when the application is started. To see your application, just open Mozilla Firefox browser and navigate to http://localhost:8888. Here 8888 is the port allocated to our web application. When the web application opens, you can just try to put different values into the respective text boxes and observe the results of the output. Make sure to keep the web application tab open. Great. Everything shall be working fine. Now, coming to the main objective of how to perform test automation on our web application. We will be using Selenium testing tool to test our web application, which is the most widely used test automation tool in the industry. Assuming that you have installed Selenium IDE, you will see a small button with a Selenium logo at the top right corner of your browser. If not, you can find it in the Firefox menu. Click on Developer, then select Selenium IDE. Open the Selenium IDE. Using Selenium IDE on Mozilla Firefox browser is really easy. At the top of the Selenium IDE, you will see the space to enter the base URL. Enter the following into the input box: http://localhost:/8888. This URL acts as the base URL on which our web application is running. Now, just below the base URL, you will see the table containing three headers, namely command, target, and value. Select the first blank line under the command header. Now, just a little below, you will see a field named command. Just type open inside the command field and press enter. In the similar way, select the next blank row under our recently created command and enter type under the command field. Please feel free to use the autofill feature of Selenium IDE. Stay at this position. Now, just below it, click on the text box next to the target label. Switch to another window where our application is running. Right-click on the text box next to value 1 label and select Inspect Element. In the highlighted text, you will find ID equal to val1, which is the ID of that element. Now, enter this ID, that is ID equal to val1, inside the text box next to the target label in the Selenium IDE. Below target, there is another field named value. Enter some value. For an instance, enter 5 in the value text box and press enter. Now again, come to the next row below the previous command in the Selenium IDE and repeat the same steps. There will only be one change in the target field, that is ID equal to val2. Great, that part is done now. Now again, come to the next row under the previous command and in the text box next to the command label type click and wait. Make sure it is case sensitive. And then move to the target field just below that and enter ID equal to add without the double quotes, which is the ID of the add button in our web application. After that, press enter. Now we have our automated test ready. Let's do some final touch. Click on the first command, that is open, and press S. A green symbol appears to the left of the open command, which indicates the starting point of running our automated test. Great, it is done. Now save the test case by simply pressing Ctrl S and give your test case a name and make sure to save it as an HTML file. For example, firsttestcase.html. Now click on the play current test case button just below the base URL. You will see some kind of miracle happening to our web application. This is Selenium testing our application autonomously. Thank you. Hope it was helpful. For any suggestions, please feel free to connect on www.karantongay.in.